Greetings and salutations. My name is Skipper the 14th, and welcome back to another episode of the Test of Time series. In the last episode, we continued our journey as Rome here in Civilization 5. We began to make progress towards our chosen victory condition of a culture victory and reached the medieval era of technological research. In this episode, we will begin expanding a bit more. We have 4 cities as it is, and we have 2 settlers on their way to settle more cities, but um, we will continue to expand. We have another settler in production, and we will continue to expand and develop our economy and hopefully make some friends. We'll buy our blue jeans and listen to our rock, as it were. Listen to our rock music, as the
Deveremos prosperar.
in-game text
Ik
says.
geloof dat ik iets heb wat u enig belang...
For those who are confused by that phrase, you'll get it when, you'll get it eventually. No, we do not.
Wederom gegroet.
For borders.
Ik geloof dat...
Oh, pain through the nose for it. I so stingy with him, but Livy. I can do here to get more food. This will give us 2 food. It'll give us 1 extra food on coastal towels, but we don't really have a lot of those. We'll just... Nope. That, yeah, I think the food will be slightly more important. Getting the artist skilled up sooner. So, exploring the oceans, meet our neighbors, because in order to win a culture victory, you have to meet everybody. Because you have to have, like I mentioned earlier, you have to have your tourism be dominant over everyone else, and that means having more total tourism accrued over the course of the game than they have accrued total culture over the course of the game. So yeah, you have to meet everyone who is, you know, currently playing the game. Like, if someone's been eliminated, you don't need to have met them before they got eliminated, because you can't get tourism from someone who no longer exists, basically. Let's settle them too far away from rest of the cities. I think I'll put him here. Put the city here so we can get both of these, all 3 of these fish resources. Or at least these 2. Oh, we met 2 city-states at once. Mogadishu and Cahokia. Alright, now that we have education unlocked, I'm gonna start building universities everywhere. Because like I said, science is pretty much, you know, the end-all be-all here in Civ 5. And the more you have of it, the better. And universities give you more science, while a library will give you science equal to half of the population of the city it's in. You can see 5 extra from population here in this little metric. That's from the library in Rome. A university will just multiply the total science by 33%. So yeah, just more science. We want more science. Science is good. One thing I wish you could do in Civ 5 that you could in previous games is... Oh,
Främling, välkommen till Snökonungens rike. Jag är Gustav Adolf, medlem av den aktade Vasaätten.
Abbas Adolphus of Sweden.
Gärna det.
Thinking you my only copy of a resource, you greedy bugger. Yeah, but as I was saying, something I wish you could do in this game that you could do in previous games is buy maps off of other players. Yeah, that's that little message I just skipped over. I wish I'd been a little bit more time, but that's something I really like about Civ 5 that isn't really in any of the other games. Um, every so often during an AI player's turn, they'll like hop in and just kind of talk to you. Like they'll say, "Oh, I noticed you're friends with this empire. I'm also friends with." Maybe that means we can be friends too. Or like, I noticed you hate this guy. I also hate. Let's be friends. It's not like a declaration of friendship. It's really just kind of flavor text more than anything. Um, but we have finally earned our first great scientist. Now, great scientists, uh, as with most great people in this game, can do one of two things. Like in Civ 4, you can use them to get a lump sum of research all at once, and like in Civ 4, you can use them to build an academy. Unlike in Civ 4, the academy is not a building within a city, but a special tile improvement. In this case, it will give, I believe, 8 science by itself. Um, so early on in the game, it's better to quote unquote plant your great scientists. That is to say, you know, use them to build a tile improvement like that, because that will give you more science, more total science over the course of the game than that lump sum you get from using them at once, because the lump sum of science you get from a great scientist is proportional to the population. Oh, be friends and someone built something. Okay, William bit the Hagia Sophia. That's fine. Um, the lump sum of science you get is proportional to the population of your empire. So early on in the game, when you have comparatively low population, at least compared to like what you can get in the later game, um, it will like it just. I hope you know what I mean. That early on, you don't get like enough science to warrant not having this tile improvement. Like this gives us 8 science per turn, um, and that will be modified by any modifiers we have here in the city, like the National College, for instance. Um, so that will give us, that will probably add up to more science from this tile than we would have gotten from that lump sum burst.
Deveremos
Research
prosperar
agreement.
através do comércio?
That's something you can do. It's an agreement you can make with another empire. Once you have a declaration of friendship and an embassy with them, and one of you has researched education. I don't think you both need to have. I think just one of you needs to have. And what that does is you both kind of pay a sum of gold. I think that gold just kind of disappears into the ether. Um, like in terms of like game wise, like it's not like you're paying them and they're paying you. That gold just kind of goes into the nether regions. But you then after a set amount of turns, which is based on the game speed you set during the setup, um, you will then receive you'll basically receive like one of those great scientist lump sums of science um, once the agreement is up. And I believe that it will like go towards a specific technology. Like it's not towards necessarily towards what you're currently researching, like it would be with the great scientist. It will like select a technology at random and give you a bunch of science towards researching that. Um, Universities first. Then I believe. Oh, we should have an aqueduct in here. Oh no, I don't have one yet. Start building. Just start queuing up a bunch of buildings. Yes, thank you. And since we built the Notre Dame, we now have a much larger cushion of happiness to work with. I think Kumai's production is good. So we will send the caravans some of our new cities to help them get themselves on their proverbial feet. want to save up some gold to buy workers in our new cities. Actually, what I can do is, since Rome has all of its tiles improved and probably won't grow past, you know, won't like require any more tiles to be improved for a while because it's only got 11 citizens and they're more than 11 tiles to work. I'll send this worker over to their research agreement over to Mediolanum. So I'll just have you guys explore on your own, so that we can start improving the. Even though there aren't necessarily a lot of tiles around Mediolanum to improve right now. Or on your own. I don't have to micro you every single turn. Angkor Wat. You'll notice this is a wonder I have changed in the game. I've made adjustments to a lot of things in the game. Angkor Wat is one of them. It's kind of famously among Civ 5 players known as a very weak wonder, because in the base game what it does is it lowers the cost to expand to a tile using either culture or gold by 25%. And that seems good, getting your borders to expand faster, but it's only 25%, and it's a wonder. It's very expensive production-wise, and sure, it affects all your cities, but, who knows how much gold or culture that'll actually save you, and, you'll usually get, all the tiles you need in a reasonable amount of time anyway, so it's not like, oh, you should get this so you can, get to all those important tiles before your enemies will. No, you'll get all the important, if you settle your city well, you'll get all the important tiles before, they're in threat, and buying tiles usually is never that expensive. So what I've done is I've changed it to more closely resemble its effects in other games. I took inspiration from Civ 4, where it gives +1 production to priest specialists, which are not a thing in this game. And from Civ 6, where it gives a free population and a free housing in every city, and must be built next to an aqueduct. And also from Humankind, a game I may eventually play on this channel, but I will not be playing for the series because it's not a Civ game, where... Is it in? Yeah, where it gives food equal to half of the total faith or whatever the corresponding yield is in Humankind in the city it's built in. So what it does in my mod is that it gives +1 food and +1 production to shrines, temples, and any of the buildings that are unlocked with a religious belief. So shrines, mosques, cathedrals, pagodas, and will also give +1 faith to aqueducts. So it basically just improves your religious infrastructure. Want the amphitheater here, and then a market. A harbor. Another thing I've done that you'll may or may not notice. William beeline to the Renaissance, and that means we get a spy. So, spies in Civ 5 are comparatively very simple to how they work in Civs 4 or 6. Rather than being units, they're just kind of this nebulous, thing you have, this, resource. And you assign them to a city, similar to how it works in Civ 6, but you assign them to a city, and based on the city you assign them to, they will do a certain job. If you assign them to a city-state, they will rig the elections, or they will work to rig the elections, where every certain amount of turns you will gain a amount of influence for free, as long as the spy is in there, they don't get caught, and they actually succeed in doing so. If you put them in an enemy city, they will attempt to steal technology from that civilization. But if you put it in their capital, you can instead assign them as a diplomat, which will give you, I think, +1 vote in the World Congress, which is a mechanic we have not gotten to yet, and will also allow you to basically ask them to like vote a certain way in the trade screen. Like you can bribe them to vote a certain way in the Congress. If you assign them in your own cities, they will work to counteract enemy spies who are trying to steal your technology. Um, I find that that's not really that useful. Um, like having them fight against enemy spies, because the only thing an enemy spy can do in your city is steal your technology. And sure, that's bad, them getting a tech for free, but like you aren't deprived of that tech, and like that's probably something they would get anyway. And they can only steal something from you that they were able to research. So it's like, it's not like they're gonna be able to catch up to you really quickly, and it takes a lot of time to be able to steal technology. Like the spy has to sit in there for like half a dozen turns at least to like be able to steal the technology. So I find it's usually fine, especially on like prints where their AI is either like at parity with you or like at best like they're like neck and neck with you. So I think what we'll do is, since Willem reached the Renaissance era before us, even though we are 4 turns away from entering it ourselves, we'll put a spy in his capital and see if we can nab whatever technology he used. Um, when any civ on the map reaches the Renaissance era, either by researching a Renaissance era technology or all of the medieval era technologies, every civilization on the map gets a spy. England gets 2. That's part of their civ ability. They get 2 spies. But yeah, so since Willem entered the Renaissance era, we got a spy, even though we're not in the Renaissance era ourselves yet. And you can see we're passively spreading our religion to our cities. Um, would be nice as put a market, and harbor would be good. Oh, someone built the Hanging Gardens. Start off. I think once Antium is done with the Angkor Wat, we will have them build a a worker, so we can send that up to Aretium, or perhaps even send this guy up to Aretium, then use that worker to continue working around.
Joyfully to.
Now we are in the Renaissance era. I picked astronomy, partly because we can upgrade our triremes into caravels, which are able to move over deep ocean waters, and also because of the observatory building. The observatory building is very good because it gives free plus 50 science to a city, so long as that city is built next to a mountain. So right now, the only city that can do that is Aretium, unless some natural wonders, even if they're not mountains, count as mountains. So let's see if so Neapolis can build an observatory too, even though it's not really next to a mountain. The game counts it as being next to a mountain. So, um, well, let's see. Bring up aesthetics. That gives us a free great artist. As I mentioned earlier, great artists can create either a great work of art or start a golden age. The golden ages that great artists start are half the length, I believe, of a golden age earned through wonders, policies, or excess happiness generation. So I think instead I will create a great work because we need great works for our tourism. And we need our tourism to win the way we want to. I think for now we will beeline Actually, I think since we're going for culture victory, we should head towards architecture because that contains uh, the Uffizi Wonder, which we can build now that we've chosen the aesthetics policy, which is a very good wonder for culture victories, and the Hermitage National Wonder, which is also very good for culture victories. Um, and after that, I think we will head for scientific theory for even more science. Public schools are basically like a second library in your cities. They do +1 science or science equal to half of the population, as well as giving +3 flat and having a scientist specialist slot. After that, we'll go industrialization for factories and coal and to be able to more vastly increase our production. Excuse me. Then over to fertilizer to increase our food production, and pass by chemistry, which will increase our production passively. Oh, we can't steal from the Netherlands because they don't have anything that we don't have. Looks like he got looks like he researched astronomy to get to Renaissance. So what I think I'll do instead is send my spy to a city-state. I think we will go with Cahokia because we are already kind of friends with Antwerp, even though Netherlands has a lot of influence there. And I think right now what we need most is happiness. So I will send that spy to there. Also, when a spy rigs the election in your favor in a city-state, I believe it also lowers the influence of other civilizations have in that city-state. I could be wrong. I might be conflating how spies work on city-states in uh, 6. I was gonna say Civ 3. There are no city-states in Civ 3. Barring civilizations that have only one city left. But that's not what I mean when I say city-state.
Deveremos prosperar através do comércio?
Condor wide, see if we can trade it for a luxury resource with somebody else. Right now, that's what we need more. It looks like you already have. Maybe we're already trading it with you.
Liar, keciltjes.
Ooh, looks like you already have it. Maybe we're already trading it with you. You. We can give you one. Excellent.
Välkommen!
Ivory. Celeste did the Borobudur gives him 3 free missionaries, and it looks like he's sending those missionaries into Iroquois territory. So thankfully he's not going to be trying to convert us. It's crossed. If he does, he's dead.
To the ears of one possessed by the god of death, reason and objections seem like so many idle complaints.
This is a mechanic I can't believe I've forgotten to talk about. We love the King Day. This is something that is present in both Civ 3 and Civ 4, but it works a little bit differently there. In Civ 3 and 4, We Love the King Day triggers when a city has like excess happiness for a certain amount of turns. Like it works kind of like the Golden Age meter does here in Civ 5, where if you have an excess happiness, like a positive happiness level for a certain amount of turns, then it triggers. But since happiness is like city by city, instead of triggering a Golden Age across your empire, triggers a We Love the King Day in that city. And I believe We Live the King Day in those games gives a production and possibly gold bonus to the city. Um, in this game, We Live the King Day is instead triggered when your cities begin demanding certain resources. So you can see here, Humai and Antium are both demanding dyes. So if we were to get dyes off of someone like the Huns, who only has one copy, so he's not going to give it to us, then these two cities would enter We Love the King Day. And as you can see here by this tooltip that we got, because Neapolis wanted ivory, and we got that off of Gustav, We Love the King Day instead gives a growth bonus, so the city will grow faster. Because I guess they're just so happy they get around to more boinking.
Min vän, det är min...
Historically accurate, if you know anything about the baby boom here in the United States. Uh-oh. I see that, Great Prophet. You dare. Don't you friggin' dare. Looks like he's only got one charge, so... Gonna try and convert Antium. Unfortunately, open borders mean absolutely nothing to Great Prophets. Like, it's not even like with missionaries, where if they're in territory without permission, they get a penalty. These guys don't care. You can just send these anywhere. It's so annoying. Ugh. So we're gonna have our automatic faith choice be Inquisitors for now, because we can use that to remove his religion from our city if he converts it, which he will, because he's positioned his unit that does the converting right outside our city. There's only one thing that means. One thing that can mean, excuse me. And then if we have an Inquisitor stationed within the city, just sitting there, then the city cannot be converted. Yeah, there he goes. Look at him. Why couldn't you convert, like, you know, Hiawatha? He has a whole bunch of cities that don't even have religion. Like, will you... Stop sending in missionaries and prophets. Yeah. It's basically meaningless doing that. Like, they don't listen. They'll do it anyway. Even if they say they'll stop, they won't stop. But I just, like... I guess I do it for the roleplay. Like, if they say they'll do it, and then they do it again anyway, I, you know, kill them. And if they say they won't do it, then I kill them. I'm very protective of my religion in this game, if I get one. Sometimes I miss out on one, and if that happens, then I could care less. But I usually manage to get one. Let's send Aretium some production, because they need it. You could use it. We will Inquisit Antium and hopefully bring it back to the one true faith, as some people say. Leaves here. He has mosques. He gets money for converting. He can purchase science buildings with faith, and gets a production bonus from the number of followers. Not bad, but also not mine, so it has to go. There. Wizards are like a one-charge unit that will instantly convert your city back to your religion. You can't use them on other civs cities. I think Rome needs food now more than production. We want to build that in Rome. Not a lot we, like, really need to build here in Antium. Guess one more like trade unit capacity, but I'll save that for a trade ship money. I think I'll build walls here just in case someone wants this. Now, rationalism is usually what everybody picks for like their third, or like once they get into the Renaissance era, because it gives you a lot more science. But exploration and commerce might be less somewhat. This will give us a lot more money, and it will also give us more happiness from all our luxury resources. This is more money. This is just better, coastal cities, and most of our cities are coastal. I think actually only Antium is not coastal, so that might actually not be a bad choice. So movement +1, +1 movement, +1 side for naval units unlocks building the Louvre, which is a very good building for culture victory actually, because it has 4 slots for great works, and also yeah, I think we will go exploration because because we have +1 sight from our naval units, so that was apparently enough to let one of our boats spot a new city-state. Exploration is also very good for culture victories because it allows you to see hidden antiquity sites. So when we get to archaeology technology, when we get to archaeology, which I should queue up, we can build museums, as I mentioned before, that have 2 great work of artifact slots. We can then build archaeologists in cities that have universities. These are special units. You can't be bought. You can't be bought. You have to like build them with production. But these can interact with special resources, quote unquote, called antiquity sites that appear on. They're revealed on the map, much like other resources are, like coal or iron are. Archaeologists can do an archaeological dig on that tile, which will remove that resource and instead give you either an artifact or allow you to build a monument improvement. The monument, I think it's called like a historical monument. It's something you differentiate for the building you build in your cities. But it will give production culture on the tile equal to like how old the artifact that you could have gotten from that site is. You'll see more when we get to that point, but finishing the exploration tree allows you to see hidden antiquity sites, which are basically like a second batch of antiquity site resources that you can only see and interact with if you have the exploration tree finished. So that's, I think, like double the opportunity to get artifacts and culture from the map with that. I think I'll build up I'll build up a couple legions here in Antium. I'm not going to use them I'm not going to declare war on somebody, but I'll just have them to dissuade other people from attacking me, because AI, I believe, tends to pick fights depending on they tend to pick fights with people they think they can beat in a war. So if you have a big enough military, then it will generally leave you alone. Also, we can employ the strategy of having a ring of our units around Antium and prevent it from getting converted again. Generally less effective than just stationing an Inquisitor in the city, because all you need for that strategy is the Inquisitor, which is, one single unit, whereas with the unit ring strat, you need usually 6 units. Oh, we got a quest from a city-state to build the Wonder Machu Picchu. And in order to build Machu Picchu, you need to build it in a city that is at most 2 tiles away from a mountain. Like, the city center is at most 2 tiles away from a mountain. I think Aretium might be the only city where that is true, because all the others are at least 3 tiles away. Neapolis technically counts as being next to a mountain because of for the purposes of the observatory, but I think Machu Picchu goes by different rule. I don't think natural wonders count as mountains for the purpose of building Machu Picchu. What Machu Picchu does is that it increases the gold bonus from city connections in your cities. And also, one of the Lhasa here wants us to build it. So if we build it, we will get free influence with them. A whole lot of city-states up here. Once we get more...
Geloof dat ik iets heb wat u enig belang
like
zal
your
inboezemen.
country, please. Once we get more gold per turn, I think I will go around and start making friends with city-states. Artium demands citrus. Okay, if we can get that, then they will grow faster. The city will grow faster. Aha! See? Now, oh geez. Ethiopia has a full 4 charge Great Prophet. You can see the 4 by the little symbol there. It was about to try to convert my holy city. So we might end up using those legions after all. You should start building... actually, yeah, forgo the watermill. Start building... the cheapest unit you can build is... Yeah, it looks like legions are composite bowmen. Actually, no, scouts. Well, scouts will be obsoleted pretty quickly. Workers would typically be cheaper, but... yeah, build... legions. You'll need 4 to cover the 4 land tiles around it. So that he can't get in there. Ravenna, unfortunately, be kind of defenseless. Unless we can
Deveremos prosperar.
plug up this mountain pass
Geloof dat
here.
ik iets...
Oh god, he just went for it. Yeah, he's gonna try and convert Umai. Are we friends with him? We are. So if we declare war on him, get a lot of... Like, a lot of people will be mad with us. Rome... Why don't you... So little production, Rome. Why don't you build... bunch of... Yeah, why don't you just build scouts, because you can do it in 1 turn. And then build a workboat to occupy that water tile. Because if you block all like the land tiles around a coastal city, they'll get cheeky. They will embark their great profits into the ocean tiles and try to convert you that way. Like you have to be like thorough when surrounding your cities with units if you're using that strategy, because they will exploit every gap in like your exploit every gap they can find. You convert. We are going to have... Why does the AI do this? Like, look at all these cities that don't have any religion. Like, you know, half of Hiawatha cities don't have any religion. All these city-states don't have any religion. You could be converting them. Instead, you come to me, to my city that has a religion. You know, I'm your friend. It's not like in Civilization 6 where you can win by converting everyone to your religion. This is just, like, unnecessary. Alright, if... Stop sending him massive. Let's see if he actually does it. Because I know, at least in Civ 6, they just, like, they lie and say they will stop converting you when in fact they just continue regardless. Let's see if that's any different here in Civ 5. I'm not holding my breath. If he keeps going, I'm gonna kill him. Yeah, look at that. Going right next to Rome. Alright, looks like he's leaving. So, good time to kind of shore up our defenses for the time being. So we can get Inquisitors everywhere. So annoying. The thing that gets me most about it is that, like, it just does not behoove the AI in any way to do it. Like, why convert a city away from a religion when you can convert a city that doesn't even have a religion? Like, there's no point in, like, coming after my stuff when there are, like, people who will accept your religion. Like, and they don't do this to each other either. Like, they only do this to you, the player. I'm quite confident in that assertion, that they only do it to the player. Frankly infuriating. Insulting. Anyway. I think I will build more military units here in, more legions here in Antium to shore up the defenses on cities that have lower production, like Arretium, Medilam, and Ravenna. Here in Ravenna, so we'll queue up 3 more for Arretium, 4 more for Heart of Iron. Pikes, I guess they're fairly cheap as well. Thing I've also noticed is that if you tell them to leave, and, like, they actually leave, and then you, like, convert the city that they converted, they will go back and try to convert it again. Like, sometimes they're just, like, hell-bent on that one city you have following their religion, and even if you tell them to go away, they'll keep trying. Ugh. Maddening. There's just no reason for him to do it.
Deveremos.
Yeah, we can keep researching.
ይህን ሁኔታ አስብበት። እኔ እንደማምነው ለሁለታችን
We'll maintain the pretext of friendship for now. But, as I finished Machu Picchu. Oh. Our team didn't have a lot of production because it, like, hasn't necessarily been developed very well, so not too surprising. Slightly disappointing, but at the same time not really, like, upset worthy. Yeah, Ravenna could still use production because tiles. You've got all your tiles sorted for now. Right. Build a national epic here. We'll build the university, then we'll build the temple. Go to the forge, the extra production, then the opera house. See? He's still coming. He's a dirty liar. Since Rome has Inquisitor, we can send the military units down, these scouts down here to Ravenna. Ravenna doesn't have. Rome doesn't necessarily need the ring of units to protect it. Ravenna does. losing money from all these units, but it's necessary to protect our faith, because some people don't listen. Plus 3 production and coastal system. That will help almost all of our cities, really, especially all of our newer ones, because they're all coastal as well. Gold. Dam looks like our best bet. All of our experience, but alleviate the bleed. Then you can work on some other structure. See? He's embarking it. He's gonna try and get in.
It is a news.
Get into this tile around this. Nope, no. Fucking hell. Misclicks. Just tight there for now. Build workboat. Keep that in the water tough. Congress. Did we research printing press? We did. Okay. So once someone researches printing press and meets everyone else, then the World Congress starts. Since we did both of those things, World Congress has started. That's worth building. There. Each world wonder provides +3 culture to it. We'll do World's Fair because everyone likes that usually. There's some resolutions the AI will basically never vote for, even if it would behoove them to vote for it. I don't care about you. Cookie election rigged. Yes, okay, so it does reduce the influence of other civs have in that city-state. Still not friends with them yet, though. Oh. Got a free knight from somebody. Who was it? Budapest. Didn't realize we had influence with them. Alright. Start deleting some of these scouts. They are costing us money. Look at that, 3 gold per turn just for deleting one of them. Ah. Types of culture in all cities. Oh, I thought that was in just the city it was built in. Yeah, I think we'll build Sistine Chapel in Rome. I believe that's where it is in real life. I could be wrong. musician. And a great scientist. Excellent. And all the great people. Where will in a Retium so we can free up that workboat. Prove. Ocean tiles. We will plant you well. First great work of music. There we go, we're back at the positives again. Well, okay. Well, Rome has the National College, so but it's fitting.
ይህን ሁኔታ አስብበት።
We have the most, I think, average production in our cities. Because I hate this camera jumping around a little. Let's see with you. Build galleasses are too cool. Ravenna will be protected in lieu of an inquisitor.
Min vän.
The great work of writing.
I think that at that time, none of us quite believed in the time machine. The fact is, the time traveler was one of those who are too clever to be believed. You never felt that you saw all around him. You always suspected some subtle reserve, some ingenuity and ambush behind his lucid frankness.
In other words, he's always trying to pull one on you. Pull. Nice. You okay? Just like don't remember building one here. We don't have a watermelon here. Oh, we can get that before anyone else does.
Min vän. Det är min övertygelse att denna uppgörelse kan gagna både mitt och ert folk.
Really? You're not gonna open your borders to me for any reason? Wow, okay. You don't get my borders open either. There's the rules. This guy down to Ravenna. Why don't you build the Globe Theater? Build all the wonders. Kind of what culture victory in this game, and really in most games, is all about. Just, oh, we're not interested in a war, thank you. There go a miss.
Deveremos prosperar através do comércio?
Fine and dandy.
The day of small nations has long passed away. The day of empires has come.
Industrial era. Minneapolis. Oh, since we entered another era, we get another spy, right? You get one more spy every subsequent era. This. And the other, Slowly. Since we built the Leaning Tower of Pisa here in Neapolis, we get a free great person. What? Not playing for this whatsoever. I'm good at this game, I promise. Why don't we get a great merchant? Trade with a city-state, get some influence with them, and some money in the process. We get 30 influence from this, I believe. We get Cahokia once we build the Globe Theater and in 15 turns when this culture quest wraps up. So we could use right now is some food, so why don't we befriend a maritime city-state because they give food. Over here, Riga. Take him a while to get over there, but probably could have gone over to Ragusa, but build the windmill, then opera house, fellow school, bank. Venus there, then fleet guys need their protection. This guy up to Retium. Improve those fish once its borders expand to them. Alright, now that Retium has more of an industry going, basically, we can build the observatory here. University. Oh, smart. Buildings. See, I'm still debating where I want to build the Uffizi.
Kontano, Mike.
Maheda Epishaketsip.
I think probably Rome. Necessarily matters too terribly much where it is built. Let's see. The free great artisan contains 3 slots for great works of. Doesn't necessarily like benefit more from being in a like having any. I don't think there are really any modifiers we can get that will increase the. Food is more important here in Rome because the faster we can grow, then the more tiles we can work. So saying, where to build? I think we should just build it here in Antium because it seems Antium has the highest production out of all of our cities.
Ik geloof dat ik iets heb wat u enig belang zal inboezemen.
Ja.
I fall back.
Attila's trying to take Cahokia. Doesn't look like he's doing a very good job, though. If he captures it, I will absolutely go liberate it from him. Let's see. Oh, I didn't.
Deveremos prosperar.
Ik geloof dat ik iets heb wat u enig belang zal inboezemen.
Sir, so I can send you more of my troops. I think, speaking of tourism, we researched industrialization, and we don't have any coal immediately in our territory, but we do have this tile there that we can roam. Still not going very fast. That Inquisitor station there. At the top. I think I can delete a few of these. To yes. We have our money or gold per turn. Yes. Delete all of them, but some of them, because they are eating away at our finances, and we're not currently using for any purpose other than just I'm gonna send these galleasses up towards Okia. I think what I will do, I will gift those galleasses to Cahokia, and it can use them to defend itself.
Deveremos prosperar.
Rome expanded to... Oh, there's also some down here. Nice. And we stole that from Haile Selassie. That was in his city's reach, and now it's in ours instead. So coal is very important in the industrial era because it allows you to build factories. Each factory takes one coal. What factories do is they increase the production of your cities, so that's obviously very important because it allows your cities to build things faster. But factories are also important because if you build 3 of them, you get to choose an ideology. An ideology is similar to a policy tree, and this is something that was added in the Brave New World expansion. Originally, they were just social policies. They're similar to social policies in that you like build up your culture and spend that culture on, you know, modifiers for your nation. But instead of the usual social policy, beyond just the social policy mechanics, there are also certain they also affect your diplomacy. What I'm trying to say, like if you choose one ideology and someone else, like a AI empire, chooses a different ideology, they're gonna like you less because you're ideologically opposed to each other. And again, you'll see what I mean when we get into it. I meant to move around my great works. Here we are. Try and get some theming bonuses going. Same area and civilization. Shame. They're not from the same era, so we don't get the bonus. Same era and civilization. Medieval. Alright, so we can move these two here. You can see now we have basically double the culture and tourism from these two great works because we've satisfied this theming bonus. This one is different eras and different civilizations, so what we can do is we can put two of ours here, and then we can trade those with other civilizations. So these are Shinjuten no Anijima. You can swap that for Leaves of Grass from Brazil here. And that's all it takes, because these are now from different eras and different civilizations. So now we get a bonus here. And hopefully we can get another great artist before the industrial era ends, so we can fulfill this theming bonus as well. I've had games where my science outpaces my culture a bit, and like every great work I get is from like a different era. It's helpful in some theming bonuses, but not all of them. Hiawatha has completed the Forbidden Palace. Please go in diplomatic. I'm just gonna build a road here for like movement's sake.
ይህን ሁኔታ አስብም።
Okay. Now that we have fully entered the industrial era, we are looking up coal to our empire. We are making far more significant strides towards our culture victory. We have 2 theming bonuses already and are producing 26 tourism per turn. Holy crap, Netherlands is a... Wow. You mouse over these arrows. If it says like rising and not rising slowly, it'll tell you how many turns it'll take for you to become culturally dominant over them. But now that we have made more significant strides towards our culture victory, we have entered the industrial era. We have, we are well on our way to winning the game. I think I will end the episode here. So, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave comments on the videos. Doing all of those things will tell the YouTube algorithm gods that you like my stuff, and that more people should be seeing my stuff. And if more people see my stuff, then I will, get ever closer to being able to do this full time. Also, if you like my stuff and you want to see more, click the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, and you will get notifications whenever I post a video, instead of just checking your subscription feed in vain, hoping I show up there. Because sometimes, YouTube doesn't put videos in your feed, or sometimes your feed is so dense with all the people you subscribe to, you don't everybody. With that said, as always, be good, stay safe. I will see you all next time.